Here we have a tiny little yellow pedal by Rowin that makes these tiny little pedals that I've been making videos of. This is the one called just Top. So the name Top doesn't really tell me anything other than, I don't know, there's a button above it that says boost, so I'm assuming this is a boost pedal. It has 4 controls. It has volume, tone, and then boost, and then there's a switch that switches between normal and mid. So assuming it's a boost pedal, it has a boost knob as well, so maybe there's some kind of like distortion or overdrive also in the pedal, so it might not just be like a clean boost. With that said, I have no idea what it sounds like, so I think we should just check out and see what the Rowin Top sounds like. Alright, so like with my other pedal demos, I'm using the Mesa Boogie Lonestar for the initial demo of the pedal, because it takes pedals really well. It's on my quad cortex, and this is what the clean tone sounds like. Let's see what the Rowin Top sounds like. It says volume, boost, and tone, and then there's a normal and mid switch. So it's definitely going to be a boost pedal. Everything is set to noon, and let's just see what happens. Clean tone again. Definitely adding some really nice and thick kind of boost and I guess some kind of drive. I would assume that the boost knob should be called gain or something, or drive, but I'm gonna mess with the boost knob. I'm gonna turn down the volume a little bit and let's see what that does. Definitely adding some distortion, some saturation. It seems like it's quite thick, so it is actually, the preamp is reacting to it and like thickening up and becoming more like sludgy. So the tone knob seems to be some kind of active circuitry like they've been using in some other pedals. I'm not a huge fan of that top end craziness when you turn the tone knob all the way up, but with lower boost and more volume, maybe with the mid switch, we can get something cool happening here. So I wanna try the mid switch and then kind of play with some tones and see what we can get out of it. can't definitively say what the mid switch does. It's like, yeah, it does affect the mid somehow, but I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. With more boost, I can hear it. There's a difference. But I'm gonna try let's try a Fender Twin Reverb, see what that does with this pedal just quickly, and then kind of go to a JCM 800 and see how that one takes this pedal. Let's try the JCM 800 and see what happens with low boost, mid-ish tone, and more volume. So, clean-ish tone or like crunchy tone. Interesting pedal. It's not what I would call a typical boost pedal because it has volume, it has some gain on it, but it doesn't seem to offer a lot of sustain. So unless the amplifier is driven and you're pushing it harder, it's not like you're getting a lot of sustain out of the pedal. It's kind of interesting because it does fatten the tone a lot, and the mid switch kind of does something in some cases depending on the setting that you're using on the pedal. The tone knob makes a huge difference. I think in terms of like if you want a tight boost, this is not really it, but it does offer a very thickening tone, and it's like in terms of like strumming rhythm, something like that, it does actually have a quite interesting tone to it. So surely with like an actual tube amplifier, it could be really cool to push that one with this pedal. It's an interesting choice. It's a little bit different from the conventional overdrive distortion boost pedals that you get out there. So I'm not sure what this could be based off, but it's interesting. Yeah, I kind of like it in a weird way. So with that said, please consider subscribing, commenting, sharing, liking, and all that stuff, and I will see you in another video.